live. Hello and welcome and hello. This is Total Spotfest. That right there is Jamie Faulkner. I am JJ. That is my main man, Austin Reddick, in a very barren Wichita house. Looks. Can you hear Austin?
I can't hear a thing.
We can't hear you at all.
That's because some dumbass that isn't me forgot to unmute his mic.
Yeah,
You're not. I fixed it. You're not on the opening screen anymore. We're not audio on the opening screen. You're good.
No, that was actually me. I muted my own mic
Okay,
and completely forgot to unmute it before I started talking. But yes, the house is getting packed up. We are in our last week here in the Midwest, and yeah, next Thursday we load up the truck. Next Friday we head east.
onto the land of cheesesteak.
That's right.
Cheesesteak and really terrible fans. Fight me on
Yeah.
that.
I mean, but like terrible in a fun way, for sure. Like,
What's up, BJ?
Rowdy's fun as long as it doesn't get too extreme, which it does sometimes in Philly.
I mean, the batteries at Santa will never die.
right there.
I mean, it's kind of well. Regardless, hello and welcome. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining in with us this beautiful Wednesday. If it was your first time here, whether you're on YouTube or TikTok, hello and welcome. Tap the screen, give us them hearts on TikTok, give us a big thumbs up on YouTube, help us out quite a bit. You can definitely subscribe, follow us on all the socials at Total Spotfest. Oh, so how you boys doing? I know Austin's been like in like moving hell. Jamie, how you been, man? He is deep in thought there.
Sorry, I'm just making sure I can hear us. My bad. I was worried there for a second. Like my phone's not
What's
working.
up, Clint?
My phone.
we have two chats that could tell us if they can't hear us, man. Come on.
I know.
How deep are you in softball? Because it's just now starting to get warm.
Oh, we're going outside Saturday.
Oh, geez.
Of course. Of course. As if that was a choice. Our coach is a real hard ass. Thought you knew this.
I know. That guy sucks.
Real suck.
All right. Well, well, again, thank you guys for joining in. What's up, Clint? What's up, Keith? Hello, BJ. We appreciate you guys joining us in here. So we got a good amount of stuff to get to. Let's just dive right into it. So Dynamite was tonight, and I don't know about you guys, but I personally love how they build this episode. Basically, like, hey, we're going to have one ridiculous match to make up for what we know the rest is going to be kind of a whole bunch of fillers and setup. So, they just started marking that early. They're like, you know what? There's going to be a lot of setup, but don't worry. I'm going to have something that's going to blow your fucking socks off. So, yeah.
I feel like the main event was not announced until like this afternoon too.
Yeah.
And I was one of those folks in Denver that had a ticket. Like I would have been hype about like, yeah, Dynamite's always good. And then they dropped that in the afternoon and it's like, oh shit.
Like
this is going to be great.
And they new jacked it.
They new jacked.
They did everything to it. Oh my god, that thing was. We're gonna save that. We're gonna go straight order tonight because that deserves the lion's share of our time. So
that's fair.
Clint's on both.
They look at that. Clint's on both. You definitely can watch us on both platforms. It's totally cool. And if you're from one, go to the other and do the same thing. All right. Cool. We hope you guys have been liking our little updates we've been doing. We're doing daily updates on TikTok. Any feedback, let us know. Is there anything you want us to actually get on? Do you like the recaps? You like the little videos? You like Jamie ranting in his car? Because Lord knows I did.
What do you mean ranting in my car? I'm just talking. I just
Austin, was that a rant or not?
Heels are real life seem to pay off with wrestling. It's just,
I mean,
observation.
At least half the time JB opens his mouth, it sounds like a rant. So it's real easy to make that assumption.
Fuck you.
Got him. All right. But no, let us know. Is there anything you guys want us to do? Do you like how we're doing? We're experimenting. We're playing around some different stuff here. I guess an unofficial New Year's resolution was we're gonna get better, me specifically, at doing the social media stuff. So yeah. So Dynamite did kind of bookend the whole Buck story. So for those of you who didn't watch Collision on Saturday, FTR assaulted the Young Bucks' real life family on live TV. The best way I could put that.
FTR got they were just talking. They got pushed.
In the letter of the law,
they didn't technically start the fight.
I mean, true. They did. Did you need to spike power drive the younger brother and throw powder in the face of 75-year-old man? I don't know. I mean,
would you have preferred that they threw powder in the brother's face and they spiked power drive the 75-year-old man? They did it the nice way when you think about it that way.
That's true. Yes. I didn't mind any of this because we've long talked about how do you build up to something that you know is going to be great, and we've seen a million times, right? Have we seen some variant of this between the two of them? I think we probably have, now that I think about it. But it's good. I mean, what do you guys think about the whole attack the family to get that cheap heat?
So
if you even call it cheap heat.
I would be interested to hear from those tuning in if you want to chime in on the chat. Does that do anything for you? Does that get actual heat? I understand, like, in theory it should, and maybe it's just because I've been pro wrestling for 20 years and I've watched more pro wrestling than a responsible adult ever should. Maybe I'm just desensitized and I'm the problem. But to me, the attacking the family always seems fake and forced. Not even that the stuff on Collision was bad. It just never lands for me.
All right. Chill guy loves it.
And see, for me, I know this might sound like a rant because I'm opening my mouth right now, but I'm going to get
a little agitated. A little bit.
I think
it's the lighting. The lighting sold it, Jamie. That's the whole thing. The lighting sold it. Okay.
I know, because I'm just sitting there in the dark of my car, like another
behind you.
Halo. Yeah, because I'm an angel. But anyway, I liked it because it does give this feud that we have seen retread a few times. This is what, their fifth time since they've been in AEW together, 5, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
6,
No.
But for me, it does give it a nice little touch up, freshen up. I think that just makes a lot of sense that they're just trying something different because we've seen this. Like, granted, I know what you're going to say. It doesn't need a build because we already know what you're going to get out of this match. But you know what? For the people that they're just getting on because their viewership has been increasing, and honestly, they're selling out everywhere they go. They're getting new eyes. Might as well do something, even though us old heads have seen it and know it and exactly know how this is all going to play out.
Well, I think that's exactly the point, right? I think that's the nail on the head there too, is because we don't need any of this. Like, all you have to do is tell us, hey, FTR Young Bucks. We'd be like, okay, yes, please. Be there, but and like I said, Chill Guy likes it too because the heat he puts on FTR. And I think, yeah, like you said, for everyone else though, you got to give some legs to it because not everybody is the marks that we are, right? So I'm good with it, right?
Yeah, and that's completely fair, and that's why I'm genuinely interested to hear from chat, like, when family members get involved in pro wrestling, like, is that an interesting story beat for you? Like I said, I'm probably the problem. I'm desensitized to it, but I would like to know, like, if that's...
So you're talking in general. You're not talking just with this. You're talking
in general. In general.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure Jamie's building a poll as we speak here. So
no. I'm just listening along because I agree. This is one of those fun ones that there could be a lot of different opinions. And I'm right there with you. I want to hear what other people think, because I know 80% of the time I'm right every single time. But you know what? I would like to see that I'm wrong.
All right, so you guys throw those opinions out there, and if you got your favorite, and if you want to back it up, give us some of your examples of either family moments you thought worked fantastically, or family or outside. You can even go not family, but outside. Like people in the getting involved that worked out terribly. I'm thinking like the AJ Styles mistress line.
Wendy.
Oh, that was
Wendy.
so bad.
That was just terrible. And I mean, that was WB shoehorning in something that didn't need to be there. I will tell y'all, the last one I remember being good was CM Punk singing Happy Birthday to Rey Mysterio's daughter.
And see, the one I remember most recently that I loved was Mariah May slapping the shit out of her own mom.
True.
That was solid.
I know I'm partial.
Unexpected.
But I loved, like, literally a week after he died, like Ruby Soho. Hey, Ruby, just going to town on the late Jim the Anvil Neidhart to Natalie.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
We saw because we saw the apology live. It was in Kansas City, that Raw, where she did the whole like fake apology to open the show and got so much heat. It was glorious.
See, but that's where, like, to me, physically assaulting family members like always seems forced and doesn't land for me. Speaking ill of the dead always gets heat though, and it's always great when they do it.
Hey, I heard you have a father. Here's Christian Cage when you need him right now.
I know. I mean, yeah. So good. Nick Wayne is back. He wrestled ROH his first match back. So
yeah,
that's good to see. Okay, so let us know what you think. Put your stuff in there. Clint say he's 50-50 on it. The Rey Mysterio, Rey Mysterio and Dominique, the whole saga. Good, bad though. I mean, you liked it or you didn't like it. You're 50-50. Which one is it? Come on, man.
But it sounds like Ray and Dominic.
The example of it being good, but there's also examples of it being bad. It's called 50-50.
Yeah, Ray and Dominic are both wrestlers. Like a family story, just like Brett and Owen back in the day was great too. Like if everyone involves a wrestler, that's fine. It's when they're dragging family members into the crowd and beating them up that it always seems fake. I mean, it is because it's pro wrestling, but it always seems extra fake.
All right, true that.
It's like honestly, it's like being a friend with me. If we're together, we're going to have a good time, but there's a good chance at some point during that time, you're going to want to kill me. This is one of the things that we all know. It's accurate.
No, being that I've known this man for 13 years now, I can testify to that. Okay.
50-50. You know what you're getting.
But then you certainly turn the corner. Like I said, it's like, yep, he's an asshole, but he's my asshole. All right. So wrestling started. Yeah. John Moxley with another Continental Eliminator for the Don Callis family, this time against El Clone. I like the little. I thought it was a little weird, but maybe that's why I liked it. He's walking out. Marina Shafir comes with her, and the juxtaposition about having Renee Paquette, John Moxley's actual wife, interviewing briefly Marina Shafir, his valet, basically, and asking her about the slap she does to him before he comes out to any match. To which she answers, there's only joy in that slap. That just popped me for some reason. And I know there is an entire segment of sickos on the internet that are just getting off on that right now.
You know who else?
Slap me, mommy. Yeah.
You know who else demands a pre-match slap to the face?
Heidi Howitzer.
Heidi Howitzer.
Really?
Yes. She always has someone slap her before she goes out there. And it has never once been me, because I ain't trying to get canceled even if she asks for it.
But you're her husband. No.
Megan and I will be there Saturday. So
I'm sure if Megan wants to do it, she will let Megan slap her.
I should ask her.
I just cannot do that, but pretty much anyone else.
Yep. I'll slap a dude. I'll slap the shit out of a dude.
Slap the shit out of a dude.
Well, but not so
with
much.
5 fingers straight in the face. If you're down to watch this Saturday, go to Harlem Championship Wrestling. By the way, okay.
I'm gonna drag Ray Leone over to the crowd so you can slap him.
Okay.
But then as soon as you reach back, I'm just gonna walk away. So now it's just one-on-one. He might beat you.
That would be absolutely hilarious. Like you're gonna pass around for chops, and then as soon as somebody gets ready to chop him, you just pull him away. Oh yeah, because like the crowd chop thing. Oh yes, yes.
Enough of the crowd chop thing. Okay, I've been falling victim to that.
JJ is the wrong end of that so many times.
I am going to miss you guys being at Fountain City Pro just for that, because we had a fantastic bit going with that too. Oh my god, that was
always
so good.
The same, yeah.
Oh, so good. All right, so match was good fun though. As we know, Jon Moxley's a chameleon, and going to a lucha match of sorts. This is good fun. I do want to just say for the record that we've had a lot of talk about finishing maneuvers on this show. I like the fact that some people might not agree with this, but I like the fact how Jon Moxley has 2 very distinct finishing maneuvers aside from his submissions that are literally the exact same thing at different angles.
Yes.
I love that. The quick one is the paradigm shift. The elevate and drop is the Death Rider. I love that. I don't know why. I think it's simple, but I wish more people would do that.
Yeah, I like that he has 2 variations of the same finisher. And in any given match, it may or may not be enough to put someone away. Like the paradigm shift, it could be the end, someone could kick out, and it's like one of the very few finishers that just toes that line without going extreme in one direction or the other.
Hey, would you slap Heidi on Saturday to get ready for a match?
In the face. In the face.
She says she doesn't slap very hard, but she'll try.
It's got to be in the face, too. She does know that, right?
Yeah. You got to slap her in the face. I guess I could try.
Oh, my God.
What if it was JJ? Would you slap JJ?
He's not trained though, so like it probably hurt him more.
The fuck?
Can you hear that?
He's not trained.
Yes, we can hear that.
That's so great.
Go back to college. Jesus Christ.
I think she just called you a little bitch.
Pretty much. I mean, we've established through history about how she owned us for the better part of 6 years, okay? As a preteen, she was beating the shit out of us. Not just me, us, all of us. I want to put that for the record, Jamie.
I know, but that's what we were just doing WWE, though. So it's fair.
Well, true. True. Well, the very beginning of AEW a little bit, too. Very, very beginning. All right. After this, they had a little recap of Swerve's heel turn, and they decided no ambiguity. We're going all in. Going to open it up with, as they cut from the video, there is a fully heel Prince Nana, which was the one piece missing last week. He had a little shockedness on. You see what that? He's kind of like, oh God, what are you doing? Nah, full heel Nana. That's the way to go. Doesn't give a shit about the $100,000 fine or being banned from TV. In fact, here he is.
Yeah.
And first of all, a couple highlights, and I want to let you guys to kind of dig in and discuss and dissect this, okay? He opens with like, "Did you miss me, you sickos?"
I love that.
So you're basically saying is like, yeah, I'm officially heel, okay? And then of course there is the ever so fantastic off the cuff yo mama to somebody who is heckling him at ringside. All right. And then he gets to talking about taking out the rest of the elite. He's good at that. He's taking out elite members. That's all he's done. He's now wiped out all of the elite. They're all gone. Whatever, right? He reverts back to the conversation that Hanger had with him when Hanger was going before Hanger got his last title reign. He's like, "Do you regret anything that you've done before?" And while he didn't walk it back completely, although he kind of did, he did say, moving forward, he has no regret for anything he's going to do. How good is the world now that we have a full non-hiding heel Swerve and Nana? Jamie?
I mean, it's great. I think this is exactly what he needed at the exact right time, especially with Hanger going to be winning the title. I think it's painstakingly obvious he's going to win at Revolution.
Oh. Yeah, come on.
So then you have him drop it at Double or Nothing to Swerve. Swerve loses it all in. Like, come on. Like, I think they got this thing all figured out. But I think this does so much for his character because, yes, he's a main guy, but he can do whatever he wants now because is he the top heel even with MJF around?
Ooh, that's a good question. Austin,
I pose that to
that's
you.
for you. Yeah.
I'm glad you teed that up because that's exactly where I was about to go. We need heel Swerve. Like, it was time. I appreciate that he just clearly stated in his promo, like, "Hey, I tried being a good guy. It didn't do shit for me. But now the old Swerve is back." Like, that's good storytelling. Like, he tried it for a while. I like that they didn't have his face run go too long. It kind of ran out of steam because we don't want to see a face Swerve. We like Swerve. He does cool stuff, but like Swerve is as best as a heel. But the other half of that is heel Swerve needs to be their top heel. As he said in part of his promo tonight, the most dangerous man in AEW. Heel Swerve is so much more menacing than MJF will ever be that by the time we get to All In, that's who Ospreay needs to be taking the title off of, is Swerve, not MJF.
Oh, I agree completely. And Chugai says, top heel, maybe just the top guy.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't think there's any argument you'll get from any of us here against Swerve. Deserving to be top guy in the company, right? As a heel, though, yes. He is always, and yes, I know, Jamie, everybody's better as a heel. Okay, I get it, right? Almost everybody. I know. Almost everybody, right? But Swerve is just so good at it, right? And I think that putting him as a big baby face, for a little bit there, kind of cemented his spot in the upper echelon of the AEW pecking order, right? Too often we get guys come up and then they go back to, they go up to and then they might never come back, right? I think that cements him in there no matter what. And now that he's been cemented, you put him there. MJF is almost, and hear me on this, MJF's almost independent of classification to be the top heel, right? I like to, and again, he's got a lot of rip off of old school Ric Flair, right? Which is not a bad thing to rip off if you're going to go that route. Okay. But because of that, he doesn't need to be the biggest heel in the company or the top heel in the company. As long as he is involved in the top picture in some stance every now and then, right? I think that's fine. That's all you need to do for him, right? But we have this long established that Hangman is the golden boy of the company, right? He is the Bruno Sammartino. He is the Hulk Hogan. He is the Bret Hart. He is the guy, right? Since day one, he's been built to be that guy. And Swerve is his antithesis. It is his anti-Flash. It is his yang to his yin. All is right in the world. And God damn it, heel Nana is the best.
Yeah, Nana was kind of treading water with Swerve as a face. Like, he was still entertaining at times, but like much like Swerve, Prince Nana needs to be a heel. Like he's so much better as a heel.
Oh God, yes.
Much better. Dare I say, gentlemen, if Heyman is Hogan, that makes Swerve Andre the Giant with Bobby the Brain Heenan.
I mean, if we're going in the era, it kind of checks, yes. Maybe not the unbeatableness of Andre, but that's a once in a lifetime thing. I think status wise, yeah, I'll go with that.
I don't know, because they built Andre up for WrestleMania 3, and it somewhat dragged into the early goings of WrestleMania 4, but that was kind of like Hogan and Andre is more or less a one-time build and a one-time thing.
Well, I think the problem from that generation, Jamie, is that there wasn't you didn't have the counter to meet the punch, right? It was all about just the face, right? And even before that, when you had Bob Backlund and all the other ones before him, right? It was just about the good guy, right? With because who was the original Hulkamania red and yellow Hulk Hogan's biggest enemy? You could argue it was Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
You could argue it was a oddly Iraqi supporting Sergeant Slaughter, right? There was Iron Sheik involved. There was, who
Swerve is? If Hanger's Hogan, Swerve is the Macho Man.
I was gonna say Macho Man's probably the closest to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I could dig that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. The cream of the crop.
I got you for 3 minutes.
See? Hey, it's Jamie's Triple H impression coming back at us.
No, I'm not impersonating a guy who was mostly famous as a Meg Carter.
Okay, all right. Moving right along.
I just can't wait for somebody in the comments to pop off.
You're trying to summon Heidi is what you're trying to do. Okay.
That was great. That still is like that. I watched that whole thing and it's on our TikTok. But yeah, you watch it. And
early moment of the year, 2026.
It was good.
All right, Brody King has a quick little promo. He wants the title of most dangerous man in AEW, and he's still aiming for the title, but he's got a bone to pick with Swerve, so he's obviously going to have a match with Swerve that's going to fuck at Revolution. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Gabe Kidd versus Orange Cassidy, a one-on-one match. What do you think about the? I mean, this match was totally fine as what you kind of expected here. Gabe Kidd got the victory. What did you think about the whole presentation of Gabe Kidd? I think they're not trying to. I don't want to say they're toning it down as far as like giving him a lot of build. Because I think they want him to naturally see how he fits.
Yeah, I feel like they're doing that. I don't think that's what they should be doing, though. Like, ever since Gabe Kidd first started showing up, we have not got a lot of explanation into what he's really doing there.
Right.
And this thing with Darby has been going on for at least a month now. And, like, clearly it's going to lead to something at Revolution, and that will be solid. But it's just like a weekly check-in of like, oh, Gabe Kidd's beating somebody up. And like, I would like a little bit more depth to what's going on with Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd's rad. Like, I'm glad he's having matches on Dynamite every week, but he is getting featured more than a lot of regular roster members that have been there for a while, where you've gotten more backstory and things going on with them. Like, he's there every week. And you're going to push him like that, which you should, because again, Gabe Kidd's rad. Like, start giving us a little bit more.
Again, we always have these moments on this show. I want to find a way to disagree with you just for the sake of content, but it's really hard to disagree with the point that you made that we don't know what he's doing. And before you had some semblance of an idea, he was like a hired mercenary that was associated with Death Riders. Right. And that was cool. That was really cool. It was like implied, but never actually defined. Now he's just there. and it's like nothing's going on other than he wants to kill Darby, and it's like, why do you want to kill Darby? Like, I've lost the point of why he wants to kill Darby Allin, other than the fact that everyone wants to kill Darby Allin, especially on the show, who wears a red shirt. But man, I love Gabe Kidd. I think he showed the entire world how great he was at Wrestle Dream, with New Japan. Against Kenny. I think that was like hey, welcome to the United States, my friend. You've earned your spot.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, okay, so we're gonna put him up against one of our best baby faces that everybody loves, but we're not telling you why. It just feels thrown together. It feels fetish. Fed-ish, not fetish.
I mean, I don't know. Thank you for the clarity there.
Yes, yes. It's not about feet.
It's, for lack of latching too closely to Jamie's exact words here, it feels like something like a Darby Allin thing. Like Darby Allin had this idea, and it's like in Darby Allin's mind, it's the best thing ever, right? But nobody else understands what the fuck is going on. Right, that's what it kind of feels like, because you have these bits and moments, and you bring in Clark Connors, right? You're bringing a stable over, which is like, yes, give us that, and they start some stuff like the whole like kidnapping him, the video of them in the old Jaguar XJ8, taking him in and dragging him through the desert, and leaving him cutting in the middle of nowhere. Cool, these guys are maniacs, right? Awesome, just run with that, right? Whoever's in their way, they do just ridiculous things to, right? No, then the Darby comes and kidnaps one of them, but he doesn't really kidnap him because he's back the next week. It's the weirdest 50-50 booking I've seen. I have no idea what's going on with that. And my inclination, like I think that he's trying to slow bridge or do something like that to kind of let him find which way they want to go with him story-wise. But I agree with you both. I think that's a mistake. I'm not going to say they're wasting him yet. It's way too soon. But you got something really cool, something really different you can do when you have Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors. If you bring any of the other ones over too, that's even better. Hell, pair him up with Tekla, right? Make it into a whole thing. Who knows? I don't know what they're doing.
I do got to add a little bit of logic that doesn't really work in pro wrestling.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But I would like to know why Swerve Strickland was fined $100,000 for doing things to Kenny Omega we regularly see on AEW TV. But Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors literally abducted Darby and drug him through the desert behind a vehicle and left him there. And like, that was not fine worthy.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy.
It's Darby Allin,
because it was not in an AEW ring. I wasn't gonna make this about race, even though that would have been a kind of funny joke, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna talk about how it wasn't in an AEW ring.
That's a fair bit of logic. I'll concede the point to you on that one.
We are logicking the shit out of this show.
I would like to see a nice little storyline reason for what Gabe Kidd's doing. And I would like to see that reason be that due to a clerical error, the Death Riders are still paying him to beat up Darby Allin. And like Mox let that go months ago, but completely forgot the auto transactions were clearing. So Gabe Kidd just thinks that's still his job, is just to keep murdering Darby. That'd be fun.
And I wouldn't hate that. To be honest with you. Just give me a reason.
Just give me
a reason. Okay, all right. Thank you. Thunder Rosa, successful return to the ring last Collision, which means she now gets a title shot next week on Dynamite against Tekla.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
In El Paso, it's going to be cool. What are they doing with that, though?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going.
My note says Statlander being weird. Because I don't know. I have Austin fix this for us.
Please. I will tell you exactly what they're doing with Statlander. Their best. They're doing what they can. That's what they're doing.
They're best.
And I feel bad saying it. And I feel
that's
like
so bad for somebody who's so good in the ring. Oh my
again,
God.
every time we bring up Statlander, I have to add the disclaimer that she is phenomenal in the ring. And she should definitely have a job there. She should definitely be in title matches. But man, she just stood next to Thunder Rosa while Thunder Rosa cut a promo that was 90% in another language. And Thunder Rosa was a million times more interesting than Chris Statlander in the backstage promo. Like, she just, there's no consistency in the personalities. One week she'll cut a promo where she'll just sound kind of aggressive and you're like, oh, maybe they're onto something. And the next week she's just standing next to Thunder Rosa just being like, be careful. Like, okay. What do you do with that?
Careful, Jamie. Why? Just be careful.
Just be careful. I appreciate the fact that they are doing their best to build up Tekla as this very dangerous woman, the most dangerous woman in AEW, because we'll just go for that.
Oh, they're doing a good job at Tekla build, no doubt, right?
I mean, Tekla has done a great job. Tekla by herself has got more it and pizzazz and everything that 90% of the women's roster has. I'm just gonna call it out now. I love her. I think the world of her. I know you've been on that train since Stardom, but
big Tekla fan for long.
I think there's a lot of things they can do with her. But Stat, oh my goodness, Stat. Be careful. That's it. Not even, hey, be careful. Like Apollo, the Rocky Apollo Creed, I must break you. It's like, hey, careful, man. This guy is out for blood, man. Like, you know how he did that in Rocky 4? Like, I want that. Not be careful, man.
But also, like, Stat, you are another baby face. How about instead of be careful, it's and don't worry if those other two dimwits try something, I got your back. Like, that's a baby face thing to say. But no, it's just be careful. Like, is Stat just going to let her go out there on her own and get jumped by all of Toxicity or Toxic Triangle Madness, whatever they're calling themselves?
Because the toxic things are using NXT for
the Toxicity popped me. Okay, you get me. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Hell yeah!
In my city,
but yeah, just
no, we're going to win. We're going to soccer.
You know what?
Be here at the Rock Up.
I would like to see Tekla doing karaoke and covering Toxicity. I feel like that'd be a good time.
She's in a punk band.
Yeah, that toured all over the Eastern Bloc.
Mm-hmm.
She did an interview on Talk is Jericho talking about it.
Yeah, she also mentioned it on one of the last AEWs. She was talking about a punk band.
I love that.
But, yeah, it's not like one of those like, oh, Blink-182. No, this is like real punk. And if you don't know what I mean, look it up.
Like Dead Boys punk.
Yes. Like the type of clubs you go into and you might get stabbed sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
We had one of those in Colombia.
Like the club from The Matrix that we found out later was actually a sex club. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll figure out. I don't even know what to do with Statlander anymore. So, standby match thrown on TV. Kevin Knight versus Mansoor, who, God, I love Mansoor. That man can get jobbed on and still look fantastic. That's an asset for your company. I don't care who you are. All right. Am I wrong?
Oh, no, you are 100% right. I was hyped to see Mansoor on TV. Anytime I get to see MXM, like the fact that they are not prominent in the tag team division right now just blows my mind. They're so damn entertaining.
MXM to you is the Outrunners to me.
I love the Outrunners too, but MXM
they're different, man. And that's what I love about them, because they are just, that is not a tag team you see in anywhere. That style, however they do it, is absolutely hilarious. Both the gentlemen can wrestle their butts off. One of them was in was Crowbar or T-Bar or whatever.
Oh
no, he was Mace. I thought he was Mace, because was it T-Bar or Dijak?
Oh yeah, Mace.
T-Bar was Dijak.
Yeah, he was Mace.
Yeah, Mace. And now he's turned out to be a dude who's all about fashion and touching tips. touching tips.
Yeah, I mean, it's good they're still getting around here, and I guess a good thing with them is that you can always move that in, right? I mean, this was about Kevin Knight, though. Kevin Knight, they've been giving the rub to quite a bit. As some on this dais would like to say, this is all part of his big heel turn eventually.
Sound like it.
I'm not buying the heel turn. At least not anytime soon. I think it's a good idea. I think that's one of those I get to it later on things.
I have a little bit of a hot take after this match, though.
Oh, go for it. Because after the match, he says he wants to be Hanger's first challenge for the title and blah, blah, blah. What's your hot take?
I think we need to pump the brakes on the Kevin Knight breaking off from jet speed for a little while. Watching this match, you're in there with someone like Mansoor, who is a great comedy heel. And not that everything's haha, but like the character work is the important part. And it didn't look to me like Kevin Knight was as comfortable working that kind of match, where it was more so him doing his Kevin Knight spots, which are rad. And like throw him in there with anyone that's a more spottier kind of guy, and the matches always deliver. But if you're going to push someone in more of a singles capacity and give them that bit of a push, like they should be able to go out there and just kill it with Mansoor. And like the match was perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. But I thought it showed a little bit of weakness that like Kevin Knight just still needs a little bit more seasoning to really be ready to go out on his own. Because I think in a couple of years, he could absolutely be a top guy.
Yeah, no, I saw the same thing. I thought it was a fun match. It was a quick match, but definitely it didn't seem like a gelled match. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Like you got the hits. I mean, that's the thing. And I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to sell Kevin Knight as this guy, and honestly, his promo was not bad. I thought it was actually a pretty good promo, but it was very face, which I didn't like, but that's fine.
Well, that's you in general, Jamie.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, it just, I agree. I think him being solo doesn't make sense for a while. And the only way that he's going to break off now is if he goes with a different group and he's a part of a group, not solo. Like that's the only way.
Which kind of defeats the purpose because he's in a group right now. So, those
embassy.
Yeah, everybody knows about this, and I used to work at the same company that Jamie does, and they were guilty of this a lot. But everybody's heard the meme and the joke and seen the things, but has also lived it. If you ever worked for a company, of the hey, this meeting could have been an email. Hey, this match could have just been a promo. That's it. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of promo, you had the final reveal of the stipulation. Big surprise is going on over here, right? So out comes both of them, and MJF is talking about, he brings up the whole Cody thing in a side way, and how he's the highlight for me was him, of course, calling a Denver, Colorado crowd, which if you've never been to Denver in the past 10 years, he's not far off on some of this, because we stayed in Denver, downtown Denver, Jamie and I did, when we went out to go see Triple L a couple years ago. And literally outside of our hotel smelled like weed 24/7 everywhere.
That's Denver.
So he calls them all stupid, ignorant potheads, to which there is a weed chant for the next 4 minutes. That was my highlight. Because then he brings up his stipulation, the one-way, no DQ match, right? Where, of course, right? And we're not letting these idiots pick. I have a coin in my pocket. I mean, the most obvious double-sided coin I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. As soon as he said, if it's tails, it's this. If it's heads, it's this. Like, oh, he's got double-headed coin. Yeah.
See it from a mile away, yet they follow through with all the bullshit. He flips the coin, he gets the victory. Then Hangman says, wait, let me see that coin. And of course, out come all his friends to stop MJF. They bring him back in the ring. Tony Schiavone gets the coin, and Tony Khan just said because he cheated, there's going to be a Texas death match. Why did we go through all this? Somebody, Austin, can you make this make sense for me, please?
Yeah, this was pro wrestling as fuck. Like this,
it really was.
It was hokey, but in the way that pro wrestling is sometime. I like the segment. It was fun. Like it was very obvious where it was going, but it's just one of those things. I think the reason why I enjoyed it is because it was a nod to something that would have happened like 30 years ago on WCW Saturday Night to set up for a big match. Does it play as well in 2026? Probably not. But every once in a while, if you want to throw a classic at me, like I'm going to appreciate it for what it was. I do think on a bigger picture level, this match between MJF and Hanger does not need to be a Texas death match.
I agree.
I think that if Hanger loses, he can never challenge again is plenty in its own right. I think if you were going to do a Texas death match at Revolution, it needs to be Swerve and Brody King. I would like to see that in Texas death match.
All right, so Jamie, that's the other point I wanted to get to. I'm going to ask you about that because they're definitely setting up. I mean, you're definitely setting up Brody versus. I mean, Brody had a promo later. He wants to fight, right? He wants to fight Swerve after his match. He beat Mark Davis. There's that. All right. That's got to be the two men vying for the title of world's most dangerous wrestler or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves, right? That's got to be the bloody go to hell match. I have two.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, especially, with Swerve's affinity for staple guns and Brody just being big and burly and mean. Like
he's going to throw Swerve through a bunch of furniture.
Match, especially if they're going for the most dangerous man in AEW. Like if they're using the moniker, they have to have a dangerous match.
Yes.
It'd just be a straight up match. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna sound so bad. Hanger is trying to make every time he goes for a title that Texas death match because he's the king of the death match in AEW, whatever. As it's like it's gonna be his calling card for his whole career. I'm like, dude, when you're like 45 in wrestling, do you really want to do that? Like
work for Terry Funk.
Well,
it's Terry Funk. Okay, it's Terry Funk. Okay, come on now.
Terry's different. But you know what I mean? Like Hanger is such a good wrestler. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need that to be his calling card. He needs to bust it out on occasion. And I feel like with MJF, he doesn't need it. I just, no. Hard pass.
I mean, when you go back and look at this, and maybe it's not the same level, but I'm gonna throw this out there, okay? Because I really enjoyed in Black and Gold NXT many of the storylines. One of the ones I really liked was the Johnny Gargano versus Andrade, right? Gargano could never get the top title, right? And he had this big thing with Andrade, and he did a retirement match for that, right? And he lost it, and it was a straight wrestling match, and that match was amazing. Okay. And eventually later on, they retconned it with a lights out or whatever they called it match, right? Where he got back in and eventually won the title and there's all that, right? I can't remember if it was Jamie or Austin that said it. I think it was Austin, but said that your title should have wrestling themes to it, right? Your title match, right? Doesn't always need to be a gimmick.
Especially in this
company.
Like, if you're going to call your company where the best wrestlers wrestle, your title match should be a wrestling match. And again, Hanger winning the title in a Texas death match against Box to finally end the Death Rider thing, that made sense. But more often than not, it should just be a straight up wrestling match because you have the most stacked roster of elite pro wrestlers in the world.
I think, Jamie, that's my bigger problem is that he did just do this exact same thing to get the title from Moxley. This is literally lather, rinse, repeat for no good reason.
Yeah.
And again, like I was saying last week, Hanger is 2-0 against MJF. Like you have just beat him in wrestling matches twice. Why are you doing all this?
I mean, I would have much rather seen him beat him in his horseshit match.
That would have been a good. I would have liked that swerve, right?
They were gonna do it. It's like, oh, I could beat you in that horseshit match, and they got the crowd chanting horseshit.
Yeah, they should have actually done it. That would have been great. But no, we're gonna Texas Death Match, and that'll be fun. That'll be fine. It's just, I think it's just a letdown we all have. Speaking of letdown, follow-up thoughts on the Brawling Birds. The name's still horrible. Yes.
I like the name.
It's growing on. Okay. It's growing on.
He's always liked the name. I'm the one who
always liked the name.
I know. I can't stand it.
I just don't understand anything else about them.
Well, they're definitely leaning into that. They're both British.
Yes. That I know the name, and I know they are
Union
British.
Jack, and they don't give a flying fuck, and we're gonna go get pints, and
but like,
yeah, insert British platitude here.
This seems very much to me like they have an idea for this team and this gimmick that only the two of them really understand, and like nobody else does. Because again, last week they're technically baby faces, but they have a squash match where local jobber girl gets to pop a whole comeback and hit a springboard stunner on the two of them. This week they're cutting the promo like they're a fun team, but they're also, we're not here to make friends and shake hands. Like, are you heels? Are you faces? What are you, Brawling Birds? Like, fill me in, because I want to be on board. Like, I want to like them. I just need to understand who they are.
Yeah, I need more. I think that's the best way, because this promo was all over the place, and I kind of dig all over the place, as you guys know, but
yeah,
it was just weird. This is probably the best way to put it.
That's a very good way to put it.
But I kind like, they're piquing my interest just a little bit, but it's like, to Austin's point, like, what are you? Like, are you heel? You face? You can't, because there's no way in hell they can be tweens. Like, don't make them tweens, please.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to stumble into something with this. I really do feel like it, right? Because they're both looking to be very committed to this thing, right? I feel they're going to stumble into something here, and it might be all akin to, it's a different level, okay? But Timeless Tony Storm, right? Remember how that all started, right? She lost and then lost her damn mind. And then she was crazy for several weeks, which a lot of us loved. I wanted to stay that. One of us I know loved, wanted them to stay at that forever, right? But then she kind of found her way into this, she's a golden era of Hollywood, very Art Deco movie star from the, I feel like this has the potential to fall into something all of that, right? They're kind of flailing. They don't really know which way they're going here. They're throwing a lot of stuff against the wall, but I kind of think something might stick.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance it's going to work out and it'll smooth out in the coming weeks or months. I think right now they seem a little too goofy for a team that literally has Jamie Hayter in it. Like, we don't want to see Jamie Hayter be goofy. We want to see Jamie Hayter kick ass, and Alex Windsor's plenty of an ass kicker in her own right. Like, they don't have to be super serious with it, but they're a little too loose and goofy with it now. And yeah, I think if you point them in a direction, give them some direction, I think they'll absolutely kill it.
I almost want them, Jamie, to be just offensively British. Like, go like well over that. Just dive into it,
I mean, they kind of were trying.
That's what I'm saying. I think that might be a path. I don't know. Maybe it's
like soccer hooligan level of just
yes.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Everything's a Union Jack, and they're just go to town.
Doing chants in their matches. Like, let's go, dude. That'd be so great.
That's good. That's a good gimmick. All right. So speaking of, I don't know, that's kind of the theme for the women's division. We have Chris Statlander doing God knows what, just being careful. You got the British brawling birds are trying to find a way, through their stuff. And then you got a world tag team match, which we saw a few weeks ago. But we get to see again. We saw twice. Sorry. We've seen twice already. And we're seeing it again for reasons. Okay. During which, and I don't know if I'm mad or just confused or don't care at this point, but Penelope Ford gets either hurt or kayfabe hurt out on the outside. Out comes
Lena Cross.
Lena Cross. I was going to say Lena Cross, but I thought that was wrong. Okay. Lena Cross gets very much in the camera shot 3 times with the belt in her hand before she actually runs into it. I don't know if that annoyed you, but it annoyed me. And then hops in the middle of the match to get a disqualification, to which her and Megan Bain celebrate.
So I am fairly certain that Penelope legitimately got hurt on that moonsault.
Yep.
And they had to scramble to finish this match. I would not be surprised if the original plan was for Megan Bain and Penelope Ford to win. Penelope, from what it looks like, she hurt her foot on that moonsault, could not get back in the ring, could not go. And they're like, all right, send their heater out for a DQ and let's just get this out of the ring because we don't know what to
figure it later. Okay.
That's
so that actually is true. That's accurate. Everything you just said is accurate.
Okay.
So Fightful has reported that she was legitimately injured and the finish was changed mid-match. So
okay. Well, then I feel better. Sorry for my rant about that. I obviously didn't follow up on that at all. Journalism.
But at the same time, it was real weird that like Lena Cross just walked them to the top of the ramp and then just went to the back and like they couldn't even get her a matching hat or something, like one of those spiky crowns.
No offense to Penelope Ford either, too. Lena Cross and Megan Bain as a tag team it looks good. It looks.
Oh yeah, she broke her ankle, dude. I'm watching it right now.
Okay, all right.
You see the ankle just going like this. It's like,
that makes me that makes me feel better, and also kind of sad that I criticize it as much. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't have run this match back this quick if Penelope and Megan weren't supposed to go over.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, so okay.
Because I assume they're going to move the titles onto some heels. So the Brawling Birds can wrestle them. But maybe now the Brawling Birds will just be the heels they move the titles onto because we don't know what they are. They could be anything.
Yeah. Well, you can still
the inspiration.
Yeah, where are the inspiration? They got announced as All Elite in Australia a few weeks
Revolution.
ago. Put them on my TV.
If you're not gonna reveal them in Australia, their homeland, it's gonna be Revolution. Let's be real. Okay, Tony Khan, we're talking about, boys. Bandito wants to fight 2. Enter Andrade El Idolo. Yes, please.
Hell yeah. Sign me right.
So can I just say something?
Yeah, of course.
Andrade's second, third round, however you want to determine this for AEW.
Where we are currently. Okay.
Yeah. Is this the Andrade El Idolo that we've always been hoping for? Even in the NXT days, is this finally we're getting the prince that was promised? I
was just gonna say that this is the prince that was promised.
It sure seems like it.
He's got aura, man. Like he does. Like and he's been putting on bangers.
He's Voltron, man. He's got all the pieces fit together, and again, he got aura. He's in the right position. He's got Don Callis is the mouthpiece. He's physically the best he's probably ever been, right? Yeah.
Just it's wild that he shows up in NXT and everyone's hype because La Sombra was awesome. And like he had some good matches. He didn't seem to really fit in NXT. Then he gets to the main roster, and they don't really know what to do with him.
He did have a title run, okay, which is again I talked on earlier. Was pretty solid title run, and an amazing feud with Aleister Black. Just put that out there, okay.
His NXT run wasn't bad. He just didn't really make sense in NXT, even when NXT was much better back in the day. But then he gets to the main roster. They don't know what to do with him.
Oh, I had no idea.
And he goes to AEW, and everyone's like, good, finally, we're going to get the Andrade we want. And that just does not go well. And then he's back in WWE, and we're like, all right, finally, he's where he needs to be. We're getting the Andrade we want. And then he gets himself fired, and then he attacks Kenny Omega once, and is just gone for 6 months. And then he shows up again, but now it really seems like it's not Charlie Brown anymore. We really got peak Andrade.
It's like the guy trying to start the slow clap, Jamie.
It is.
But it finally caught on.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go watch now another team movie. Love that movie.
Why wouldn't you?
Sunday? No, actually, it's a banana split. That's my favorite line of the whole movie.
Oh, Father Flanagan. Oh, what are you doing here? Oh my God. Kyle Fletcher has a pink strap on the TNT Championship, and the world is right.
It's about time.
That's it.
Pinky too. He called it Pinky, which yes. I'm missing a squatch right now.
Didn't because remember back in the day when the IC title and the old Winged Eagle had colored straps, they would swap out all the time. Didn't somebody have a pink strap? Was it Ultimate Warrior or he had yellow? I know for a bit.
I know there was a yellow one. I think he might have had a purple one or a pink one at some point in time. Like
I'm pretty sure he did. I remember there's an orange one as well.
I want to say there was a blue strap at some point in
time. Shawn Michaels rocked white on the Winged Eagle,
which looked superb.
Oh, the white was
that might be my favorite variant, dude.
White strap is actually excellent. Man, is that why we have a white strap on our belt?
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
it's clean. It's pretty.
It's a good look. I could have swore there was a pink strap somewhere, and not a woman's title. I know that the Knockouts title for a while had a pink strap on it, but
I'm pretty sure Ultimate Warrior had a pink IC title at some point in time.
I think that's probably.
That makes sense. So. I love how they're doing that with the AEW TNT title.
Yeah, they do the TBS as well. I think. Well, they've only had like 4 people, so no, I'm kidding. They've had more than that, but
and it only gets defended like once a quarter.
Well, I think the plan was for them to lose so that she could start doing that, but yeah.
Plans change here. All right, boys. We have stalled long enough. Mile High Madness. They knew Jack did as well, which at first I was annoyed because I'm like, that's an Anarchy in the Arena thing. And I'm like, what am I talking about? This is Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah, it's the TV version, and it was fantastic.
I love the countdown of tables. Might have been one of my favorite things.
You know, that almost was like my favorite thing until I saw Stokely Hathaway getting pushed and we're like with his fist out like a battering ram. That was probably my favorite thing of the whole thing. Sorry. But I'm a big Stoke guy, so there's that.
This was the best version of that kind of match.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that.
Well said.
Like just paced perfectly, nonstop action, but like nothing stepping on top of other spots. It far exceeded the high expectations I had when I saw this match announced. Because I saw it pop up this afternoon, was like, all right, that's going to be a fun time. But this was a masterpiece.
It really was. The Jungle Boy's theme playing for so long. And then when we restarted, the crowd popped so hard. Come on.
And then they ended it, they booed, and then started singing it themselves.
Yes.
Come on, son. And speaking of Jungle Boy, how about Jack Perry? You know, doesn't want a chair, doesn't want a kendo stick. No, he wants the fucking vacuum. And then, oh my God, just dust everywhere when he pops that. That's why it's our thumbnail. Just bam.
So good.
And I love how I love what they did with Toa Leone, especially, right? I mean, he did the whole Keith Lee, Adam Cole bit on on Jack Perry, and it took 5 super kicks simultaneous to drop him. I mean, everything was fantastic. Ricochet. So, so good. All right. So we got some more official stuff for Revolution. A lot of speculative stuff here, specifically Swerve, Brody, Andrade, Bandito. We see what's going on with the women's division. No idea what direction they're going to go with that for the pay-per-view. Yeah.
I mean, Revolution's shaping up to be great. I mean, it always is, but
Shocker.
Like, yeah, I think I'm more hyped about Andrade and Bandito than literally anything else they could throw out there. And I mean, it's going to be an outstanding show.
All right, Jamie, there's another pay-per-view coming along as well, too. And there's some build for it.
Yeah. Elimination Chambers this weekend, guys. Who's excited? Yeah.
Yep. That's about the level of excitement for.
But hey, they get to open the box on the 28th.
Jamie's supposed to know what's in the box, man.
I already know what's in the box.
He's gone full Brad Pitt. He just wants to know what's in the box.
What's in the box? I already know what's in the box.
Okay.
Hot take right now. I'll tell you right now. Same approval. It's a new era of WWE. It's like 18th that he's announced.
There's just not Clint.
There's just no way that box thing could pay off. There's no exciting conclusion to what's in the box. It's just there's no way.
It's like that joke that you keep telling, or it goes on forever, and it's like it's okay. This is kind of funny at first, and then it's like, no, this is stupid. This is dumb. You get so dumb that it's like, oh, maybe this is gonna be fun. No, it's back to dumb again, right? It's like this, and then it just goes down from there.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know who does? The
Undertaker. Once per show. That's our new Hey Ruby right there.
No, because it's a running joke. It's like, okay,
it's a running joke. You know, it's not a running joke, and that is us getting learned about some wrestling things. And it is sign pointing season, boys.
I'm out of signs to point at.
You have no signs to point at. How about you give us some knowledge to help us learn a little bit more?
I will. And this week's stash of knowledge is a little bit of a WrestleMania rewind since we are in sign pointing season.
Does that mean it's brought to you by Blue Chew?
If only they would sponsor us, we would just talk about Blue Chew nonstop.
I would too.
So
we pretty much do, sort of, right? That and Jablonski Auto Body, right?
So last night the wife and I are looking for something to put on while we eat dinner and pack up the basement, and old wrestling is always an answer to that question in this household. Figure since it's side pointing season, we'll throw on a classic WrestleMania, and we went with WrestleMania 21. WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. Which
okay.
I probably see every WrestleMania pre like 2011 12ish, because like the newer ones I haven't really watched back much, but like the first 20 plus years, every 2 to 3 years I've cycled through all of them again. So I've seen WrestleMania 21 plenty of times. I had actually forgot how stacked the card itself is, but that's not why I wanted to bring it up tonight. WrestleMania 21 has my all-time favorite WrestleMania moment on it.
Ooh, that's a bold move there.
And watching it back last night, I realized it is the most problematic moment in WrestleMania history.
Okay.
You could not do this segment in 2026. But in 2005, boy, did it hit home. This segment starts with Eugene coming to the ring. We're already into problematic territory. For those of you that might be a little bit younger on TikTok or something that weren't watching at the time.
I'm not doing the face, but there you go. That's all.
Yeah,
please don't. Please don't.
Eugene was the actual performer was a very great professional wrestler named Nick Dinsmore. He's very solid in the ring. And they had the idea that he would be a special needs guy and do his best to portray what he thought it was. So it is the most stereotypical portrayal of a mentally challenged person, so we're already in some problematic territory. But he comes out and he's got the mic and the crowd's happy to see him because a lot of problematic shit in pro wrestling does play well to the audience. This is lowest common denominator entertainment, and so that'll happen sometimes. But he grabs the mic and he talks about his all-time favorite WrestleMania moment, which was WrestleMania 3. And you might be thinking, WrestleMania 3, like we talked about earlier, is it Hogan and Andre? No, it's not. It's King Kong Bundy getting beat up by an army of midgets, which I don't know if you could say that on TV anymore.
Not little people.
I have wrestled on shows with plenty of little people wrestlers, and they all prefer to be called midgets. Like, it's a gimmick. It works for them, but that's not for me to say as a person that is almost 6 feet tall. But either way, probably something that couldn't fly in 2026. And in the middle of his promo, we hear the entrance music of one Muhammad Hassan, the evil Muslim guy. Also another thing you could not do in 2026. And his music starts with just like Arabic chanting and stuff. It's like super over the top.
It's really loud too, like 211. Just
very loud, very loud. He comes down to the ring and cuts the mic or grabs the mic and cuts his evil foreigner promo, which is probably the most progressive part of the whole segment because this whole bit is I'm being excluded from WrestleMania because I'm Muslim is basically what he's getting at, which would probably get him cheered nowadays. But in 2005, that's like the worst guy in the show. You got to boo him in 2005 WF. And so he goes, Eugene, do you know why I'm angry right now? And Eugene just looks at him and goes, because you don't like midgets, which was a funny line to be sure. But that results in Muhammad Hassan beating up Eugene and putting him in the camel clutch and just letting the crowd boo him until Real American starts to play and noted racist Hulk Hogan comes down to save the day. He comes down and beats up Muhammad Hassan, sends him packing, gets his posing and celebrating in the ring in front of a giant American flag. And Eugene doesn't even get to get back in and pose with Hulk. Like, no, Eugene is just helped right to the back because this is Hulkamania's moment. The most cancelable moment in pro wrestling history.
Oh.
But at the exact same time, it is so pro wrestling. It is legitimately. I was never even a Hulkamaniac growing up, but when Muhammad Hassan has Eugene in the camel clutch and Real American starts playing, even I want to get up and start waving the American flag. It is pro wrestling at its best, but it would get the entire production shut down in 2026.
That WrestleMania 21 was also the inaugural Money in the Bank, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
the card's stacked. You kick it off with Eddie versus Ray, which always slaps.
Yeah.
You get the initial Money in the Bank, which it's kind of interesting to watch the initial Money in the Bank match because it is a WWE ladder match just with 6 dudes, and they do a couple fun things, but it is very much like this is our first crack at this. And to see that versus 3 or 4 years later, all the crazy spots they would start doing, it's kind of wild. But you also get Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle in an outstanding match. You get Undertaker versus super young Randy Orton, which since we've only known grizzled vet Randy Orton for the last decade plus, it's real weird seeing Randy Orton like in his mid-20s. But that match is great too.
It's pre-sleeves.
Pre-sleeves.
Little things.
Oh yeah, he said a little
tribal.
bit.
Yeah. Tribal only. Which it's real weird too. Looking back, that's when they probably should have ended the streak. But the fact that 20 years later it turned out that Randy Orton didn't need it anyway is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
But outside of that, you get John Cena winning his first world title, beating JBL, and you get Batista winning his first world title, beating Triple H. So all in all, it's up there with the all-time WrestleManias. But for me, it's got my favorite moment of all time, even though that would not fly these days.
Eugene Muhammad Hassan and Hulk fucking Hogan. One guess to who wrote that whole thing. And you don't even need to guess. All right, boys. So speaking of WWE, this past Monday, Raw was in Atlanta. Okay. And they did typical Raw things. You know, Liv Morgan chose who she's going to fight at WrestleMania. It's Stephanie Facour. Shocking, right? But they ended with the tribute to AJ Styles. Okay. And AJ mentioned, you can, if you haven't already, I'm sure everybody watching has already seen it, but if by chance you haven't, you can go on to anywhere on the internet and find it, right? It's on all social media. Go to YouTube, go to Twitter, whatever, right? It's wherever. Very good speech. Talks about his wife, everybody, they had a little video package, and, everybody praises him for what he does. And his whole thing is he didn't want to leave his gloves when he lost his match because he's from Georgia. He started, in this area, and he wanted to leave it back home. So he leaves his vest and his gloves in the ring. Boom. And then after the show, out comes the Undertaker. Wow, that was like the easiest setup, and he just sits there.
Not committed to the bit.
And the Undertaker tells him that
I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it on demand.
Oh, well, you're not a machine. Okay. But no, AJ Styles going in the Hall of Fame. Okay. What do you guys think about that? I mean, talk about the fastest turnaround from retired to officially retired, and then literally 5 minutes later, you're going to the Hall of Fame. But he's going to headline this year's class in the Hall of Fame. I know it's deserved, but what are your thoughts?
Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. I mean, Ric Flair did go to the Hall of Fame and then retire like the next night. So he jumped the gun a little bit. But even at that point, Ric Flair was still like 15 years too old to still be doing this anyway. I'm glad they had this whole ending segment and they got to surprise AJ with your going to the Hall of Fame and all that. Like, all of this was good, but it seems very much like, well, we just retired AJ. Let's milk the Hall of Fame thing right away. Not that AJ Styles is anything but a first ballot automatic lock. Like, of course he's a Hall of Famer. He's AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I would have liked them to at least given it a year to breathe so we could bring AJ back for another appearance next year. And like, after we've had a little bit of time to give him that moment later on. Again, not sad about it, but like, this does seem a little too quick.
Well, I think the reason they kind of rushed it was because of Cena, because I think they want Cena to headline next year. And originally they wanted Stephanie to headline this year. And everybody's like, really? And that's why they pulled this quick one.
But do you really need a headliner? Like, is anything lessened by Cena and AJ going in?
There's nothing more wrestling than having a headliner, dude.
He's got you there, Austin. I mean, you paid yourself right into a corner on that one.
That's fair, but I mean the Hall of Fame's different. Like, I would have rather seen them do Cena and AJ both together next year. Let them have a little bit longer speeches and do a couple less people in, because they're always scraping for that last like third or fourth person they're adding anyway. Like, don't give me just one headliner and a bunch of filler. Like, just give me two all-time greats to celebrate on one night.
Dude, they got sell tickets to it. Well, they haven't been. They just haven't connected to Raw lately, but
right.
remember, it's like its own thing.
And it was amazing. It was one of the things. It was part of like the whole WrestleMania weekend. You started with Hall of Fame on Thursday night, right? And then eventually you had Takeover, and then you had, or you had the Go Home SmackDown, and then Takeover, and then you had the big. That was the whole thing, right? It just, for me, it just completely shatters kayfabe, right? Every other Hall of Fame for any major sporting thing, and yes, I know this is wrestling we're talking about. It's professional wrestling we're talking about here. I understand that, okay? Every other Hall of Fame, you get done with your sport, you have a period you must wait, and then you can get into the Hall of Fame. One of the things they talked about this year in the NFL was Phillip Rivers came back to play 4 games with the Colts, and now he's not eligible for the Hall of Fame until 5 years from now, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of how it goes, right? And yes, I know this is professional wrestling, but you have these minor rails that you've put everything on to give it that semblance of realism, right? And this is one of those things, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else has retired and that same night been told they're going in the Hall of Fame a month later. Which, kudos to AJ. He deserves it. Not going to say he doesn't, right? But come on.
Yeah, you want that time to just let their career breathe a little bit so you can come back and celebrate it properly. And again, yeah, not put him in the Hall of Fame 6 weeks after we literally just watched him wrestle his last match when he had been an active wrestler for the entire time leading up to them, outside of an injury or two. It's not like he came back for one last retirement run. Like, AJ's been around. Give it some time to breathe. Put him in next year.
Jamie, do you think this was hey, we're going to ensure that you don't even think about going anywhere else for a quick stint?
So
I know your brain's going there. I can see your gears turning.
So it's funny that you said that, because literally the Talking Shop with Machine Gun and Gallows and Anderson, sorry. They had him on and they talked about that one thing. It's like, there's a lot of rumors saying that they did this in order to make sure you don't go to AEW. And like, they're able to say it because, they're not, and he's like, no, I'm retired, man. And that's it. I'm done. I'm retired. I got neck pain. I'm old. I just want to be a dad. I'm done. That wasn't what this was about at all. And I'm like, dude, 100% this is what it was about. They did not want you to have 1 ounce of swan song with AEW.
But there would be nothing stopping him from going into the Hall of Fame and then just going and wrestling for AEW anyway.
Oh, dude, how great would that be? He goes in the Hall of Fame in April, and then literally, like, on that following Wednesday, just shows up.
It'd be the biggest troll move ever. It also would kill any chance he had about taking a corporate job moving forward. But
yeah, he's gonna go into the Hall of Fame. He's gonna be on a Legends deal. He's gonna get paid to do the occasional appearance and go be a dad, which good for AJ. He definitely
he might do some behind the stage scene stuff. He might do some stuff with WWE games because he's a big gamer, right? Or production of some sort, maybe every once in a while, and who knows, right? But yeah, or training. He might help out with training and shit.
Speaking of AJ Styles doing interviews and stuff, did y'all see his comment about WrestleMania losing its luster a little bit?
No.
I don't remember what the context of what that led up to it, but someone's asked about it, and he just flat out said, I hate to say it, but it seems like WrestleMania has lost a little bit of his luster. I think it was in regards to retiring at the Royal Rumble and not sticking around until Mania to do it. And that statement is objectively true. WrestleMania doesn't seem like it used to, but it was real interesting to hear someone that well regarded in WWE just come out and flat out say it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Not wrong at all, dude. Like, I know I want one of my many rants that I do on this show about the Royal Rumble and what it means to me personally as a wrestling fan.
It's one of your better rants.
Yeah. But WWE, like the WrestleMania it's the granddaddy of them all. It's what it's always supposed to be. And now it's 2 nights of okay wrestling, or sometimes phenomenal wrestling it's sprinkled into, hey, we're doing this. Like, like it just, I don't know. They're more worried about production instead of the product, especially since TKO's gotten involved. Like,
Well,
I'm all out on TKO, but it's just,
you are.
I would say honestly, ever since the rainy outdoor one with Samoa Joe being on commentary,
In a
I think that's the
poncho.
last time I was like, man, WrestleMania was fun.
WrestleMania, it was always the thing that no matter what you were, right, you always watch WrestleMania. I was like, I never followed wrestling for years, but I watch WrestleMania every year, right? It's like the thing. It's like your little inserting. And I mean, hell, it used to be that it was all over the top and outlandish, right? And even at that, they've gone away with. So it's like they've scaled back from the ultra production and having these ridiculous 15-minute entrances for everybody, right? But you haven't made the product in the ring match with this more kind of serious wrestling vibe. So it's like you're in this middle ground of nowhere, and it doesn't feel like the granddaddy of them all, right? I know that's a Rose Bowl reference, but whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you used to get like WrestleMania, you'd have random legends showing up backstage throughout. You'd have random celebrities showing up, which I guess they technically get celebrities. Travis Scott was there last year. It didn't go particularly well, but that's a celebrity. They had him there.
True.
But like all that's gone away. I think the other problem is, especially over the last few years, WWE has gotten this really bad habit of advertising everything they do as like the biggest or greatest thing ever. Like,
yeah,
everything is, oh, this is the first time ever. This is the biggest thing ever. Every promo is like, I'm the greatest this ever. And that used to be reserved for WrestleMania. WrestleMania used to seem like sacred ground within the realm of the story they're telling. Like that's where the important shit happens.
You want your WrestleMania moment.
Yeah. But now it's, all right, Clash in Italy's coming up and we're going to have a title match. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. And it just, everything is hyperbole now, to where the actual things that should seem important don't, because you're telling me the next thing's going to be even more important. Like it just, I think that has a lot to do with it, is they've run out of giving them the benefit of the doubt when they tell you something's great, because they've been telling us extremely mediocre shit was the greatest ever for like 5 straight years now.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you there.
It's production over product, dude. It's like I've been saying.
I know, and you're probably, Jamie. You're. I'm sure you're 100% right. I mean, a lot of it probably is to blame TKO for. Let's be honest. I mean, what's UFC now? It's like used to be like the UFC pay-per-view was a massive deal, right? Now they literally have them like every other week, and it's like, do you see UFC? No, I'll see the next one. It's gonna be the exact same thing. Right? UFC 485 or whatever they're on. Who knows? Right?
Yeah, it used to be UFC put on a pay-per-view once a month, maybe 11 in a year, but like more or less once a month there was a pay-per-view and you were getting 2 title fights and a bunch of highly ranked fighters, like elite people going at it. And now half their pay-per-view, and this is why they're now on Paramount Plus and they're on a streaming service and they aren't doing pay-per-views anymore, because no one was buying them, because it was like the exact same cards you're getting on fight nights every week. You might get one exciting fight on an entire pay-per-view and that's it. It's the TKO thing. It's our money is going to come from streaming deals and we're going to go as cheap as possible on producing all this content because we are getting a set fee to put it on. We don't need to sell tickets. That's a drop in the bucket. And apparently WrestleMania is not selling tickets very well. Just a couple weeks ago, they were doing like a 2-for-1 deal or something like that. Elimination Chamber is not selling tickets very well, but apparently the nosebleed seats for Elimination Chamber are like $400, which is ridiculous.
Therein lies the problem, though.
Yeah.
For a company, and I'm just you just woke something up in me there. For a company that talks about not prioritizing the live events because it's about streaming video, why are you charging so goddamn much for these pay-per-view tickets, right? That don't sell, and then you gotta basically give them away right before the event. That's a business model that makes absolutely no sense to me, right? Bring that price down from the start, sell the tickets out. Now you can hype that up better and sell your buys, right? Well, you don't care about the buys. It's all streaming. Whatever, right? You want that to be a good product. You want the seats to be filled.
But that's the thing. Enough people are going to show up that's going to look fine on camera no matter what. And worst case scenario, they only have to shoot half the arena because that's what pro wrestling has done for 90% of its TV existence is
I know.
Don't put anyone behind the camera.
And
but the other problem is
I get it.
It's not even that, like, the ticket sales are even less of a financial aspect for them because there's going to be a commercial or 3 in between every match. There is going to be a sponsor around the ring. Like, their money is just putting logos on the ring and selling streaming rights. And if you happen to have $500 handy to buy a ticket, good for you, but they do not give a shit.
No.
Regardless, it's coming up here soon, but we also got more AEW to get to. Revolution's coming up here in a few weeks. Heartland Championship Wrestling again going on this Saturday down in Wichita. So you want to go see Austin Reddick get in a fight and watch. Hopefully you can see Megan Faulkner slap Heidi Howitzer in the face.
We'll try to make this happen. It'd be absolutely.
I want to see you got to put that on TikTok, Jamie. You got to put that on TikTok if it happens. I got to see that.
Yeah, if you're anywhere local, come out to Wichita this weekend. I am fighting for a championship. Heidi Howitzer is defending her championship, and the main event is a War Game steel cage match. And cage matches are always great. Plus, the cage HCW uses like the old school blue like steel bars.
Oh, the old blue steel,
so, like blue steel cage. What more could you need?
See, that's a solid reference there.
I got the reference for sure.
We're about a week and a half away from the next Fountain City show as well. So, fair reminder, Fountain City and Central States Wrestling are doing a co-show on Saturday the 14th of March in Leavenworth, Kansas, at the Downtown Hotel. So, tickets still available. It's going to be a fantastic time. Jamie and I are going to be there. It's going to be good fun.
For sure.
Oh, one last thing I just want to leave you guys on here because we've dogged a lot about this and we've kind of taken the happy event of celebrating AJ Styles' career and turned it into a what the fuck is WWE doing? I saw a really good I don't know who it was, but somebody put a wrestling video out there talking about basically for WWE stans that might not know the full history about AJ Styles, right? I started 20 years ago, was offered a developmental contract, and he told them, no, my wife's in college and getting ready to have a baby, and I don't want to leave her, as he told WWE to get bent. And then he became the indie guy and did all this. And I like it how he said, to really understand the greatness of what AJ Styles became, you have to take it back. And he goes, not to the Royal Rumble where he debuted, not to the championships he won pre there or New Japan. You need to go back to 2005 to a pay-per-view title match on the X Division between him, Samoa Joe, and Christopher Daniels. And I invite everybody to go back and watch that match and see the joy of wrestling again.
It's the greatest triple threat of all time.
And I think that's not hyperbole either. I think that's 100% accurate.
Yeah, that's scientific fact. It's the greatest triple threat of all time.
Just like Triple H was the best mixed player. That's fact.
All right, boys, you got anything else? There's my little subtle tribute to AJ Styles. My conditional Styles Joe Daniels reminder. Anything else you guys want to get to tonight?
Nope.
Everyone's gonna crash out. All right, we'll be back next week. All right, more stuff going on. Austin's in the middle again, moving. We don't know if we're gonna have him next week. We know he's got some stuff to get moved around and everything here, but we will be back regardless. every Wednesday, approximately a half hour after Dynamite. Please, if it's your first time here, give us a big like, tap the screen, give us some hearts, follow, subscribe, share with your friends, follow us on the internets everywhere at Total Spotfest, and we will see you next week. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down with Total Spot Fest, I got 7 words for you. Yeah, I rant, but you love it.
Solid.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Later.